It's your boy, Cardinal Red, and we back for some more Ali Land boxing talk. So let's get it.
To clarify that issue about Freddie Roach, Freddie and I were like a family, we're like a close family, and I didn't make any decision yet about Freddie Roach. But if assuming I will make a decision about Freddie Roach and choose Buboy Fernandez a head coach for this fight. I'm still not closing the door with Freddie. We just want to try and experience that Buboy will handle this one fight, and after that go back to Freddie. If I will make a decision, but right now I didn't make a final decision yet. That's what I'm trying to clarify to the people.
Yeah. It's your boy, Cardinal Red. And we back for some more of that Ali Land boxing talk. What's good, peoples? And today, our topic of the day is, did Manny Pacquiao actually fire Freddie Roach? Or are we hearing a lot of internet, uh, basically a lot of just internet chatter, man, from these boxing analysts on YouTube, man. You know, they all claim to know what's going on behind the scenes, but when you check into things, it's really not always as these guys are preaching. So uh just here to cover that topic a little bit. As we all know, it's going down. July 14th, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Uh Manny Pacquiao versus Lucas Matthysse. And it should be a great fight, man. You know, I'm a fan of both of these guys, as I mentioned before. But I'm a bigger fan of Pacquiao. I've been watching him a little longer. Uh, so you know, I want to see both guys do good, but I'm a little more invested in Manny Pacquiao. I want to see the end of his career go. You know, I want to see him go out on a upper 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 trajectory. You know, I want to see him go out on top, man. You know, or at least go out with some really good fights, man. You know, no more controversial stuff. You know, I don't want to see his career end in a bunch of controversy. So, shouts out to Manny, shouts out to Lucas. Uh, like I said, as we all know, it's going down July 14th, Kuala Lumpur. Manny Pacquiao versus Lucas Mattysse. I believe this is going to be on ESPN. Not sure if it's going to be free or if it's going to be a pay-per-view or a live stream event. So we'll find that out as we get closer to the date. I guess we can cover the fight a little at the end of the video. For now, let's get on topic. You know, I heard a lot of these YouTube analysts, man, and they've been talking this, you know, they always talk a lot of trash about Freddie Roach for some reason, and you know, I'm not a professional boxer. I don't pretend to be within the boxing world, but I follow boxing as a super fan. You know, I follow you know, I train within boxing. Just I like the workout it gives me, you know, and I follow Manny Pacquiao like a super fan, I guess you can call me or whatever. You know, and I got a few other boxers I follow like super fans. Man, I keep up with their careers because I enjoy the performances they put on. So you know, from that aspect of it, man, I like to give my opinion on what I see going on within these certain fighters' careers. You know, I'm not, like I said, I don't get on here claiming to be a reporter or a authority within any of these guys' careers, but I can see through, you know, the BS that some of these guys be pushing on YouTube, man. And when it comes to Freddie Roach, you know, a lot of these guys have this this stigma toward him, like he's I don't know if it's because he's old or if it's because he has the Parkinson's, that he just needs to retire and that he's bad for certain people's careers, even though he's rejuvenated a lot of people's careers and not only giving them new life, but he struck gold with a few fighters, Manny Pacquiao being one. Guys like Pacquiao, only, these once in a lifetime type of guys, and Freddie Roach just happened to be the guy that Pacquiao landed in front of. Would if Pacquiao landed in front of Customato, would he be the same fighter? Would Cuss build him in the way that Freddie Roach built him up? These are all questions that have to be asked when it comes to when you're dealing with like a coach or a trainer or somebody who's giving you your knowledge within a certain sport. Because everybody's aspects is different. When you look at a sport like basketball, I'm in Kentucky, so we got two of the biggest basketball programs around, and but the styles of basketballs at one point couldn't have been way different when you had Pitino versus Calipari. Calipari is more of a, people here say he's more of a motivator, recruiter, and Pitino's more of a X's and O's, straight shooter. We sticking to the game plan because the game plan is gonna win us the game type of guy. So in boxing, it's the same way. So you might end up with a guy who's more of a motivator, and he can only motivate you into a victory. Or you might end up with a guy who actually can teach you some skill set within a certain sport to let your skill carry you into a victory, instead of your will carry you into victory. So I look at boxing like that, man. I look at guys like Freddie Roach, like he's an X's and O's type Pitino, Rick Pitino type boxing coach. He's more X's and O's. He's more I know what your footwork needs to be to beat this guy, or I know what punch you need to land frequently, to beat this guy. Where some coaches might be just motivators. I don't want to call no names. I'm just saying some coaches are just motivators, where they will their fighters into a victory. By getting into their by stimulating their head, getting into their head, and getting them to believe that they're a better fighter, where they really might not be than their opponent. So I look at, that's how I look at boxing, man. And a lot of these YouTube analyst guys, man, they shoot, a lot of nonsense, when it comes to talking boxing. It irks me sometimes when I be listening to these guys. I enjoy some of these guys, but it messes with my head sometimes when I gotta listen to these guys just say stuff for views. I could care less if anybody, watches this. I'm not here to lie to you to get a view from you. I'd rather you just enjoy the content and enjoy what I'm talking about than you come here to hear me just talk, nonsense. But as far as Freddie Roach being a good or a bad coach, I mean, I feel like he's a great boxing coach. I feel like he he's getting older, and sometimes he doesn't say the right things at appropriate times. But you can't argue with the results he gets. You can't argue with the fact that you have MMA fighters wanting him to coach them. You can't argue with the fact that he took the what people thought was a done Miguel Cotto and rejuvenated his career. You can't argue with the fact that he took Manny Pacquiao from a nobody fighter into boxing's biggest celebrity, until the Mayweather debacle, and he's still probably one of the most recognized faces in boxing, up there with Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson and guys like that, So I can't sit here and say, well, it's Freddie Roach's fault that Manny Pacquiao's in this position because Freddie Roach didn't say or didn't get on the referee enough in the Jeff Horn fight. Man, that really doesn't even matter if if they were gonna let Jeff Horn get away with that stuff. Nothing Freddie Roach could have said would have stopped it, you know. So, is he too old, or is this Parkinson too bad to where he doesn't realize the situations that he's in a boxing type situation to where he needs to be up on the ring screaming and hollering for his fighter? I can't say. I'm not in the arena to give that type of advice, but I will say I don't think that was a factor in why he lost the Jeff Horn fight. I just kind of think, uh, I think that, you know, to be honest, I think that Top Rank tried to write the end to Manny Pacquiao's career, and I don't think Manny's done. I don't think he wants to be done. I think they're trying to, they tried to bow him out in a graceful way, and I think he wanted to go in there and knock Jeff Horn out just because, I don't think he was going into that fight thinking there was a chance that that guy was going to pull some of the stuff that he pulled, but maybe Top Rank, runs the show, so they hire the ref, they do, all that stuff, so maybe they gave Jeff Horn, they let him know that he had leeway in that fight to be a little dirty and do some shady underhand tactics. And maybe Pacquiao, maybe his mind was on 50 different things and he was just thinking, I'm gonna knock this guy out because he's so green that he's not he's not gonna be able to absorb my power like some of these other fighters did because they're not as green as him. But like we saw, it doesn't always work out like that. Like the Timothy Bradley fight where everybody saw that he got beat, but it doesn't always work out, in the way you think it should within boxing. And like I said, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes of these fights and why we end up with decisions like this within boxing. What are the real causes for them making decisions like the Jeff Horn decision? What are the real causes for them to make decisions like the Timothy Bradley decision? I mean, when you can clearly see the fight was one-sided. So for us to assume that Freddie Roach is the culprit behind the loss because he moused up or he didn't say nothing at the appropriate time, I think that's a far cry by a lot of these guys. I think they're just reaching with that one. I don't think now do I think, like I said earlier, do I think Freddie Roach says inappropriate stuff at certain times? Yeah, I do. After the Mayweather fight, he said some weird stuff, as far as when the fight was over with, he said he thought Manny won. Then somebody else interviewed him, maybe not even 10, 15 minutes later, and he said he needed to review the tape. And then maybe about an hour or two later, somebody else interviewed him, and he said he didn't know. He had no comment, So is that the Parkinson's? Is that old age? Or is that just, we don't, or is it just Freddie Roach? I think it's a little bit of all three. I think that maybe he does, maybe in some of those situations where he's doing interviews, he might forget what he said in the last interview. And he might just be speaking what's on his mind at the moment, which is not good because when you have something like Parkinson's disease, you might say something that you really, when you got all these cameras and stuff on you, you might say something that you really didn't mean to say when you got a disease like Parkinson's. He might have meant to say it in a different way, but because of the Parkinson's, it came out in a way that it sounded like he was dissing Manny Pacquiao. And we'll never know, but it does when you look at those interviews of Freddie Roach and then the way that they came out and the way that he was saying it, it made it seem like he thought from the beginning, that Pacquiao just outright lost the Mayweather fight, which I don't think he did. And I think when he even went back and saw some of them interviews, he kind of clammed up after that. He didn't really want to talk about the whole Mayweather fight anymore because I think he realized that I said something I shouldn't have said in one of those interviews. You know, I said something maybe I kind of regret saying, and but he ended up doing it again after the Jeff Horn fight. You know, so like I said, it might be 50% the Parkinson's, it might be 50% the old age, but I don't think it's Freddie Roach being malicious toward Manny Pacquiao. I don't think that's his intent, is to try to destroy his friendship with Manny Pacquiao by being a little awkward in the interviews, you know, saying off the wall stuff about your fighter in interviews. So let's give Freddie Roach a break, man. He has a disease he can't control. He is older. He's upper in age. You know, older people speak what's on their mind, whether they think about what they said 15 minutes ago or not. You know, they just gonna say what's on their mind. So let's lay off Freddie for a little while, man. You give that man his just due for being the great boxing trainer that he is, and just, you know, kind of lay off of him, man. He's old and he has a vicious disease, man, and it destroys people's mind state, so they might not actually know what they just said sometimes. As far as I think we pretty much covered that. As far as Buboy being the new coach, I'm happy for Buboy, man. He's an avid Manny Pacquiao, you know, super supporter. So, you know, he you know, and when you're famous, people come and go, and Buboy's been there from the beginning to the end. So, you know, give Buboy the respect he deserves for making it to the point where he can't be the trainer for Manny Pacquiao. At least one fight. You heard Manny say it himself. I don't know if I've closed the book on Freddie. You know, it's I just want to give Buboy a chance, you know, to do something. Maybe maybe he knocks Matisse out, and Buboy gets all the credit for that, you know. And now everybody wants to come train with Buboy. You know, look at this like him trying to give his friend a leg up in life before his career is over with. You know, it's not too many people who will try to make somebody else, you know, give somebody else some shine off their shine. You know, people are so selfish with the spotlight that I think we when people are trying to share the shine, we don't give them the just due, man. Just look at it like Manny's trying to share the shine, man. Freddie Roach ain't hurting for nothing in his life, even with Parkinson's and being as old as he is. He's not hurting for clients, you know. He's not hurting for people wanting to come work with him. He's not hurting for money, none of that, you know. Buboy is he's not, you know, he's not a famous trainer. So off the back of Manny Pacquiao, if Manny goes in here and knocks Matisse out, Buboy's now, you know, he's got a golden ticket. You know, people gonna want to work with him, you know. So look at it like Manny's just trying to put his friend in position to make money for the rest of his life off of Manny's shine, you know. And that's commendable, man. Manny Pacquiao's a real stand-up guy, man. I don't have too many issues with what, you know, he's done as a boxer. As far as, you know, people try to point out him cheating on his wife all the time, and him being a fake Christian, you know. I try not to get too much into the religious stuff, because you know, people get real testy over religion. So you know, and I'm not trying to. I don't know Manny Pacquiao personally, so I can't say what type of man he is or what led to him cheating on his wife. But I will say, when it comes to being a stand-up guy and being a great father, for what I see on, you know, in pictures of him with his kids, he looks like he's a great dad. He looks like he does stuff to be a stand-up guy. He does a lot for his people, you know. He's a great, he's a good individual, man. We're not gonna get too many more Muhammad Ali's. We're not gonna get too many more Manny Pacquiao's. Uh, we're not gonna get too many more Floyd Mayweathers. As flamboyant and arrogant and obnoxious as he is, and even though I don't feel like he's as talented as people have given him credit for, but we're not even gonna get too many more hymns. So let's give these people they just do, man. Let's not just try to tear them apart because we want some views. That's real lame. Freddie Roach is a great coach. Boo Boy's getting his shine now. Let him shine. Hopefully Manny makes it through Matisse and gets to have the Lomachenko fight. And I do believe 100% if he fights Lomachenko, he will be using Freddie Roach. That's not a fight that you want to. Not to say Matisse is some type of pushover, but Lomachenko is a different type of animal, and that's not something you would want to use. A trainer who's not prepared to get you to win that fight. So a lot of stuff's involved in that fight, man. So let's just hope that Manny makes it through this fight and on to the next one, man, and we'll see where it goes from there. This is your boy Cardinal Red, man. I hope y'all enjoyed Ali Land Boxing Talk. Please like and subscribe. Tune in every other week. Man, I'm trying to keep these videos pumping, man. We out. All right.